YouTube police, the thought police. Take that as you will. Now today's rabbit hole actually is courtesy of Michael. Thank you to Michael. You know who you are. You sent me this article today, and I'm gonna send you a screenshot of this. This is some crazy shit. So the title is Sour End for Sugar Babe. An Illawarra woman will spend at least 12 months behind bars after trying to extort her online sugar daddy while she had sex with him at her mother's home. Shannon Haynes met her 37-year-old victim on sugar daddy dating website Seeking Arrangement in October last year. Using the name Sexy Sienna Blonde Babe, she chatted to the man and agreed to an arrangement in which he would pay $1,000 per week for her services. Shortly afterwards, that was lowered to $300. Sorry, just a bit itchy there. The man met Haynes above, and I can only see this in the photo, so you get the idea. The man met Haynes above at her mum's Fernhill home and placed the agreed $300 on the bedside table. The pair began having sex, but halted when Haynes demanded more cash. So they're banging, and she's like, no, give me more money. When the sugar daddy refused, Haynes, 28, phoned her friend Michael Sullivan, telling her worried beau he would not be leaving the house. So she's telling the sugar daddy that he's not leaving the house at all. As the victim got dressed and prepared to exit, Sullivan, who was the friend that got called by this thought, Sullivan and a friend named Justin Diaz, who was armed with a tomahawk, burst in. Wow, the white knighterry is out of control. They're white knighting with a tomahawk to attack this dude. When the man refused to cough up, saying the $300 was all he had, Sullivan allegedly hit him in the head. The man said he would go to an ATM to take out cash, but instead went straight to police. Haynes was sentenced yesterday to 20 months in jail with a non-parole period of 12 months. So she's only guaranteed to stay in jail for 12 months. You think she's not going to call up Michael Sullivan after 12 months and be like, oh, hey, can you go and hit that guy in the head with a tomahawk again? Because I don't want to go to jail again. So can you just do it for me? Sullivan and Diaz will be sentenced next month after pleading guilty to reckless wounding and using an offensive weapon. Right? So as if that isn't crazy enough. So I, just did a quick little DuckDuckGo search, as you do for cool things, right? I found this. Sugar Baby University Australia. I kid you not. This is actually a thing. Sugar Baby University Australia. Join 177,500. That's almost 178,000 Australian students who have turned to seeking arrangement and sugar daddies to avoid student debt and secure a better future. So that's 178,000 crazy feminists out there trying to get their hands on your cash. Sugar baby facts. The number of university students in Australia, they've written in the Australia, in Australia, seeking sugar daddies and sugar mummies. Yeah, probably not too many seeking sugar mummies, but anyway, rose 42% from the previous year. On average, this is on average, right? So some people get more, some people get less, but on average, every single one of these 178 odd thousand university students are getting $3,000 per month, amongst other benefits, including network opportunities and career or business advantages. Now, I got to do some quick maths on this. I wasn't prepared to stumble across this today. So 177,500 times $3,000 a month. That is $532.5 million a month being extorted, primarily from men, just for a taste of vagina. 532.5 million. Yeah, fuck it. Let's multiply that by 12. Let's get the annual figure. $6.39 billion a year. 6.39 billions in wealth transfer from men to primarily women for vagina. And nothing else, just vagina. $6.3 billion a year. And that's just these arrangements. This doesn't count divorce settlements. This doesn't count people in relationships just handing over their balls and their credit card and their wallets and their bank account and their internet banking passwords. This is literally consensual arrangements, right? Where they're like, yeah, this is the arrangement. We're just gonna do this. Right? So think about how much money is changing hands from men to women every single day. This is mind-blowing. Fastest growing sugar baby schools of 2019. Oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. Rank 1, Monash University. New signups 209. Student total 589. It says almost 600 students at Monash University. 600 at Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology. 600 at University of Sydney. 420 at University of Melbourne. 520 at University of Queensland. 280 at Uni of New South Wales, 163 at Uni of South Australia, 365 at Queensland Uni, 160 at Curtin University, and 567 at Griffith University. So I've provided the link to this URL in the low bar below, as well as the subscription bar that's there with a little bell next to it. And when you click the bell, after you click subscribe, you should hit all, so you get all the notifications instead of just the ones YouTube notifies you of, which are barely any. But anyway, this is some next level shit, guys. It says here, the relief is here. What a relief. Seeking arrangement. Students registered on Seeking Arrangement get help paying for fees and even more benefits. Finding the right sugar daddy can help students gain access to the right network and opportunities. Student sugar babies in the Australia, their words not mine, I would have written in Australia, but hey, can get help paying for other university related costs such as books and housing. So you're not paying for uni fees, not paying for housing, not paying for food when you go out because he's paying, not paying for other university related costs, you know, such as membership to the women's club and bullshit like that all these feminists that just enjoy squeezing money out of men would join up to. Oh, get a free premium membership. Join now to find an honest and empowering arrangement. Students who sign up with their student email receive a free premium membership. So Seeking Arrangement is literally giving free memberships to this site for uni students. Free memberships and site. Crazy. Hang on, there's a press kit here. Let's check this out. Oh, this is some next level bullshit. Wow, there's 68 megabyte in this file. Let's see what juicy stuff we can find in here. Yep, just open that one up. Yeah, boy. Here we go, Australian press kit. Oh, here's some of the photos from the gallery. Little pink feminist with her pink MacBook and her pink glasses going, oh my God, how am I going to get money out of men today? There we go. Sitting in probably the hotel that I dare say was paid for by her sugar daddy, looking for another sugar daddy so she can get $6,000 a month. Let's see what else we got here. This is gold. It's like, oh, is that my second round of room service at the door that I didn't have to pay for? What else do we got? Wow. There we have it, men. Free tuition seeking arrangement. Free tuition. Don't pay for your tuition, just get it for free at the expense of some poor schmuck that you're going to leave as soon as he's paid for everything. Here we go. Debt-free sugar baby. Right? Debt-free. And a university degree. And a feminist. Here we go. Membership over 20 million worldwide. Average age of a sugar baby is 26. Average age of a sugar daddy is 41. Average income of a sugar daddy, 250 grand a year. What do we got here? Most common occupation of a sugar baby: student, actress, model, teacher, cosmetologist, nurse, and a flight attendant. Oh geez, all of those are such a surprise to me. Average occupation of a sugar daddy: tech entrepreneur, CEO, developer, financier, lawyer, and physician. So this is interesting, right? Because if we look at this, like, developer, what's the typical sort of there's a lot of really good looking developers. What's the typical sort of archetype that you think of when you think developer or tech entrepreneur or CEO, right? Typically not like your big buff Chad or Tyrone that's going to be smashing your girl while you're at work, right? And of course there had to be a banker, financier, and financier, very appropriate, and a lawyer and a doctor in there. Top cities for sugar dating worldwide: New York City, London, Toronto, Los Angeles, Sydney. Not this Sydney, just Sydney city, obviously. Miami and Paris. And what do sugar babies spend their money on? 7% childcare, which means they're single mothers. 10% on travel. 18% on what's that? Beauty treatments and designer goods. 10% on business or career-related expenses because they can't pay for it themselves. And then, of course, they'll claim the tax deduction on their tax return and get money off their already mediocre declarable income. 30% tuition, school-related expenses, and 25% living expenses, so like board and food and phone bills and basically all the stuff that people should pay for themselves, right? So, yeah, it's kind of amusing. And I was actually at a little tech night last night. It was talking about network analytics. I'm not going to go into which network it was, and I'm not going to go into which organization held it. It was actually really fascinating. And they were talking about, predict how you go from sort of responsive analysis to predictive analysis. So you kind of go from responding to problems that pop up to a point where you've got enough data collected that you can understand trends and what the likelihood of things are that will happen. And you can start to actually, using Python, formulate code which will start to actually predict what's going to happen before it's actually happened, right? Sorry about that, I just got a message. Start to predict what's going to happen before it actually happens, or what's happening before we know it's a problem. And he asks, is there anyone who could, anyone who understands what that means? And I sort of put my hand up. Dynamite Rabbit, thank you for that $50, brother. Thank you so much. You said excellent subject, Sydney. I appreciate you, Dynamite Rabbit. Always been a very generous man. Big love to you. And thank you to God Bother, my mod. Appreciate you, man. And I said, I piped up and I said, and he goes, yep, Sydney. I said, look, I was, it's kind of like when you start out in the dating world, right? And you don't know anything about it. And you have to kind of go, oh no, that's right. It was talking about how, like, you sort of go through phases of information and, you weed out some information, and then you feed some information back through to your timeline, and you carry that on, and you sort of go from originally having no information through to having a really good foundation of understanding of how things work. So I said, it's kind of like when you start out in the dating world and you don't know anything about dating, and then by the time you get to the age of sort of, 60 years old. You've seen it all, you've done it all, you know what's going on, you can predict things before they even happen, right? And everyone had a bit of a laugh and thought that was great. The whole room was cracking up because I think most of the people, got it. And then, of course, this chick up the back, she couldn't help herself. She was from the network that was hosting it. And she piped up. She says, yeah, except then when you're 60, you go to a strip club and you fall in love with a stripper, and then all of that stuff that you learn goes out the window. And I was like, you're a feminist. But that's none of my business, right? So I was like, I'm not, you don't know who I am. So I'm not going there right now. I don't want to be the bad guy, I'm just gonna keep it cool. And just play it out, I said my piece and I'm done. But that was a really interesting little conversation that I had. Anyway, guys, what do you think of the content in this video? What do you think about this whole explosion in sugar babies? What do you think about these strong, empowered feminist women in universities relying on men to pay everything for them? Right? I personally think that they're just like, well, I'm gonna use men like they've used women for so long, so time to jump on seeking arrangement, right? Right, they've got all the money, time for me to get the money, time for me to get the cash and prizes, but they don't realize we actually had to work for it to begin with. So guys, leave your comments after I finish this live video. Make sure you smash the thumbs up. Make sure you share this video with everyone, especially anyone going to uni. Tell them to keep away from those cash grabbing thoughts. And if you want to donate, like my boy Dynamite Rabbit who did in this stream, again, thank you, Dynamite. You can head over to patreon.com/SydneyMGTOW, subscribestar.com/SydneyMGTOW, patreon.com/SydneyMGTOW, or you can just donate in the live chat. All of them are cool, and I've got some other ways of doing that with crypto and whatnot in the description below. Always appreciate the donations you guys send out. Men, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you all. I hope you got value out of this video, and I look forward to catching you in the next one. Subscribe, hit the bell, and select all when you hit the bell. Peace.